Hi, Monique.
Sebastian.
We're going to answer some questions that Wouter, actually, a guy that follows a few things I do on YouTube, he asked some friends of his and he had some questions about relating and sexuality and stuff, which some of you know that I've done some interviews on, and me and Sebastian are going to answer some questions that were sent. And we didn't prepare this, so I'm curious what is going to come up. So, first question is from Wouter. And do you want to answer it first, and then I'll answer?
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the question is, what's your personal view on porn and masturbation, and has this changed since you matured?
Ja, also, weiter auf Deutsch, oder?
Ja.
Okay.
I'll translate later.
Okay, also, ja, es hat sich auf jeden Fall verändert. Like, my opinion about porn is... ich will nicht sagen, es ist gut oder schlecht oder so. Vielleicht hat es sowas wie... so ein bisschen, kann auch eine Droge sein, so ein bisschen wie Zucker, irgendwie so, bloß geht in deinen Kopf. Also du kannst dir ja alles aussuchen, nicht? Welche Frau, was dir an einer Frau gefällt, alle Richtungen, du kannst dir eine Traumfrau aussuchen oder was auch immer. Und manche spielen furchtbar, manche spielen richtig gut, manche spielen vielleicht gar nicht, keine Ahnung. Ich glaube aber, was ich für mich rausgefunden habe, ist, dass ich habe mich mal gefragt, was mit mir vorher passiert, bevor ich mir sowas angeguckt habe. Und es ist auf jeden Fall, habe ich eigentlich ein Bedürfnis nach Berührung und nach Zweisamkeit und vielleicht mich auch zu erleben auf irgendeine Art und Weise, weil als Mann eine nackte Frau zu sehen, macht immer was mit deinem Körper, der Hormone und nicht umsonst gucken so viele Pornos. Ja. So, nicht? Und ja, aber wenn ich halt sehr bei mir bin und sehr mit mir selbst in Kontakt bin, dann habe ich das Bedürfnis danach nicht.
To watch porn.
To watch porn, ja.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, shall I answer it first and then we go to the masturbation part?
Achso, ja.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah.
So for me personally, I don't watch porn. I have watched it. I still know the video. I got a video from a colleague and it was very, very funny. And it was hardcore porn, and I and a friend watched it and we laughed. And that's my porn history. So for me, I haven't watched it yet. I don't feel the need to either, because I don't feel like I need that stimulation. And I don't... Yeah, okay. I do have a little bit of a judgment around it, to be honest. And I feel that everyone should do what they want to do. Yeah. And if I would know that you would watch a lot of porn, or someone that I'm seeing, I would have questions about that, but that's probably a whole other topic on itself. And it's probably also a difference between men and women. Yeah, maybe not. Skip that last part. So I don't watch porn. That's my answer. What's your view on masturbation?
How it changed or?
Well, how it is and how it changed. How it is now and how it has changed compared to when you were younger.
Ja. Also was sich verändert hat, ich fühle jetzt mehr mich selbst. Es ist jetzt nicht nur die Ideen, Momente, die ich vorher im Kopf hatte, dabei, sondern es ist mehr Körpererleben, was sich durch Energiefluss sozusagen äußert und ja, einfach mehr erleben sozusagen. Und es ist halt Step by Step immer mehr geworden.
Yeah, for me it's assumption how this question is meant. I don't know exactly. So I have a feeling maybe did you have a judgment about masturbation growing up, or were you always comfortable with masturbating?
Ja, es war schon, vielleicht nicht von meinen Eltern, aber zu meinen Freunden oder so war das Normalste der Welt, ja.
Okay, cool. So if we fassen es zusammen, then what has changed is that you are more into your body. And You're more comfortable in your body and you feel your body more instead of masturbating from an idea and from the head.
Yeah, everything is more intense right now.
Okay. So for me, I did have a judgment about masturbation. I was ashamed when I was younger to do it, and I was even ashamed to talk about it to friends. It was always a bit, yes, I do this, giggly. And now I don't have a judgment around it, and I notice that I'm still not fully comfortable in my own body when masturbating. So nice information. For everyone. Yeah. And I do feel more comfortable with the subject in and of itself, compared to when I was younger. Yeah, next question. What's your personal view on passion and romance? Is it something you try to divine consciously as a couple or together? Do they have, and then passion and romance, do they have a place in your relationship?
What's romance? Like romantic?
Romance. I don't know what romance is. What do you think romance is? Yeah, I don't know.
So it's
just keep the passion.
Just keeping everything alive.
Yeah.
And everything in flow, and that's all.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah.
So for me, the interesting thing with questions always is, of course, what's behind the person asking the question. I have a feeling that there's also an assumption that starts, and from that assumption comes the question, something like that. So I don't know where the question, like what it's based on. For me, it's not something I think about consciously, like passion and romance. It's something that is there automatically. So, and I have to say, if it's not there automatically, then there is no.
Yeah, then it's weird, right?
Then there's no togetherness. So I hope it answers the question. And thanks for the questions, by the way. And do they have a place in your relationship? Yeah, they have to be. They have to be there. Otherwise, there's nothing. Do you want to say anything else about this?
No.
Okay, then Janine has asked some questions, and they're all for you.
Oh.
Listen. Okay.
Let's go.
What does he expect from the relationship?
What is he?
Expect.
Yeah, is every man the same? Or
No, I guess this is, yeah. Every man is the same.
I don't know.
No, but perhaps the question comes from the fact that you are a pretty conscious person. So, as a conscious man, not every man is the same. But there are some things that, I don't know, I'm just trying to step inside the person who asked the questions. I just answered from you, from your perspective. Not every man is the same, but what about you? There's some similarities. You all have a certain body type.
I have no idea about this.
No?
It's just
Okay, well.
feeling good together.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're going to give the same answer to this. What does he think about love and sex?
Like love and sex, if it belongs together or not, or
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Sometimes sex is good without love, and sometimes it's good. Oh no. With really deep love, it's, in my
Opinion.
I don't know.
Okay. What makes you happy?
Being myself. Being active, being together, being in contact.
And what does contact mean to you?
Like talking about my feelings, you talk about your feelings. It's like don't keep it real. No, don't play games.
Yeah. Okay. What would end the relationship?
What would end the relationship? Ja, also kein Kontakt. Like
Dishonesty?
ja,
Oder nicht so sehr.
Doch, Unehrlichkeit, Verschlossenheit, nicht drüber reden wollen.
So just being closed.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, then I put my, dann ziehe ich mich selber aus dem Kontakt raus und dann, was ist denn noch zwischen uns?
Yeah. What is he willing to give to the relationship and what not? Yeah, it's a bit there. I think I get the questions. If I can interrupt for a second, I think I get the questions, but for me they could be a little bit more specific, because also when I see the questions, they can go each way. Yeah, okay. And now I'm answering the question in my head, so. And it's for you.
Ja, also solange ich mit mir gut in Kontakt bin,
ja.
Spaß an allem habe, gebe ich ja gerne.
Ja.
So.
Ja.
Und ja, solange das so ist, ja.
So it depends. Okay, so it's actually a question of...
It's a question of my state.
Yeah.
And
the togetherness, and then based on that, you're willing to give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you can give more, sometimes you can give less.
Okay, then last question from Sophie. Sophie's dating a man, and he introduced her a few times as his girlfriend without discussing it with her, and she feels uncomfortable about this, and she didn't talk to him about it, and he didn't talk to her about it. And
so there are lots of films in the head.
yeah, and she is like, oh, now I have to think of if I say it correct. Is it important to give it a name? And will she, and will she hurt his feelings? You're not him, but still will she hurt his feelings if she doesn't want to be called his girlfriend?
Ja, das Wichtigste ist, wenn man also es geht ja nicht darum zu sagen, ich will nicht dein, I don't want to be your girlfriend. Es geht darum zu sagen, ey, wenn du das sagst, fühle ich mich so und so.
Ja.
So, also darum geht's. Da ist wieder das, ich teile mich mit, Kontakt. So, und ich habe ein Bedürfnis nach, dass wir es langsam angehen, oder ich habe ein Bedürfnis nach, können wir erst darüber reden. Vielleicht ist es für ihn so, dass er sagt, eine Freundin ist es nicht, was auch immer, meine Freundin, das wird sie freuen, oder was auch immer, keine Ahnung. So, und ja, wenn beide nicht drüber reden, geht's so.
Yeah, then you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, I hope this answered the questions, and thank you for asking the questions. And there are a lot more, but we don't want to make the video 5 hours. So I think this is enough for now.
Yep. Okay. Peace out.
Ciao.